5 isolated and windswept camps in a remote corner of southwestern Algeria are home to over 150,000 Saharaui refugees. They have lived here since the mid-1970s, when the conflict over the region to govern Western Sahara saw a large number of Sahrawis flee to neighboring Algeria and Mauritania. Others remained under Moroccan rule in the Western Sahara territory. Many have not met since they were first separated 28 years ago. That is, until March this year, when the UN Refugee Agency, together with the UN Mission for the Referendum in Western Sahara, started a series of special weekly flights to give refugees and their relatives in the territory an opportunity to meet. Zarin Ibrahim, a UNHCR field officer, is bringing exciting news to Al-Khalia and her sister Ahbana. They are among the lucky ones who have been selected to visit their parents on the other side of the border in Sahara town in Western Sahara, after being long separated.
UNHCR distributes forms in the refugee camps to the beneficiaries to register themselves, those who are willing to see relatives in the territories, and vis-a-vis. And we make a verification, and after that we arrange for the visit.
A few days later, they board a special United Nations plane to make the 2-hour-long flight, taking them across the desert. The UN plane carries 27 refugees. The oldest on board is 71 years old, the youngest only 4. They have never flown on a plane before. On a small side street in Sahara town, Mohammed Fadel is waiting anxiously. He only found out the night before that Al-Khalia and Ahbana were coming to see him, and it's the first time he will ever meet 5 of his grandchildren who were born in the distant refugee camps. A welcoming party is rapidly arranged. It is an emotional encounter, but it will be short. Participants are asked to keep to the 5-day scheduled visits and then return to give others a chance to make the same journey. So far, more than 800 people have participated in the weekly flights, but the interest is big. Almost 18,000 have signed up to meet their long-lost relatives on the other side of the border. Later in the day, the same Antonov plane prepares to take off for Algeria. This time, it is carrying 24 people from Sahara town in Western Sahara territory. It is their turn to visit relatives in the refugee camps. When war broke out in 1975, the Al-Mukhtar sisters and brother were away at school and became separated from their parents. They no longer remember what they look like, but they never lost their love. Relatives of the Al-Mukhtars have been preparing their welcome celebration, an event that will continue throughout their 5-day-long visit. Emotions are running high. Parents meet their children, brothers meet their sisters. Everybody has changed, and decades of separation have left their marks. The granddaughter meets her grandmother for the first time ever. The Al-Mukhtar siblings had been wondering and worrying about the well-being of their aging parents. They didn't know what to expect in the distant refugee camps.
We have missed our parents for almost 30 years, and thanks to God, we see them today, and they're in good health, and everything is all right.
They found their situation tough, but not as inhospitable as they had imagined.
We have been dreaming and hoping that we would see them again. Thanks to God, we have the opportunity, and now we are finally meeting them. I can hardly believe my own eyes. I'm filled with so much joy.
The UNHCR call the family visits confidence-building measures, perhaps a step along the long road to peace. These once-upon-a-time nomads had no idea that their exile would stretch well beyond a quarter of a century, and now this initiative is bringing new hope to the refugees and their families. It is a humanitarian breakthrough in one of the world's long-forgotten conflicts.